Hey, I'm Elise Lorenfant, and welcome to my channel. This story is titled, as you know it, Homeless to 100K. My LA story. Los Angeles hasn't been easy, and it still is not easy. It's gotten better. But shoot, let's jump right into it. Yes, when I moved out to LA, I was homeless. Before that, I was a college student. I went to Full Sail University, a film school. Great place to be. You know, they taught us everything we needed to know about the film industry. Step. But this is not an advertisement for them. Because I do owe them a lot of money. Or they got paid already. I owe the loans now, you know what I mean? So, at the end of my Full Sail career, college career, I learned so much. I learned how to express myself. You know, I learned what the hours I should expect are, which is 24 hours in the industry. Anytime, 3 a.m. classes, 5 a.m. classes, you gotta be ready to go. And learned quite a bit there. Built some amazing relationships and met some phenomenal people. So, 2015, that's pretty much the end of my career there. I graduate, bachelor's degree in science of films. Scientist. Basically, here's the story of graduation and what the months leading up to me moving to Los Angeles. After graduation, you know, I'm sitting in my apartment for a few more weeks. I pack all my bags, driving down home to my mom's house, and I put everything in a box. I give that box to her, put it in the closet. I'm like, Mom, don't touch this, but everything else is free game. It's yours. She goes, oh, thanks, son. And I go sit out in a U-Haul truck that I drove over there. And I'm thinking to myself, this is it. Because I came home for 2 reasons. To return my items, but also to see if anyone was making money. Because if they were making money, I'd stay and make money with them, because I had no idea where I was going after Full Sail, after college. And I didn't find anybody making money. So I go out to the car, to the U-Haul truck, I'm sitting there, you know, wondering what's next. It's about like maybe 10 p.m. My mom comes out, she starts speaking to me. She's like, what's going on, son? You know, what's going on? I'm like, I'm just afraid. Like, I don't know what's next. I start crying. She starts crying. She's like, just stay home. And I'm like, as much as I'm afraid, as bad as the pain is, I can't stay home because that's more pain I'm not willing to put myself through. I need to go out there and find what I have to do. And that was a real turning moment for me. It was like the tears dried up, my heart stopped aching, and I knew. I accepted my reality. And I was on my way, doing the dash back to Orlando. You know, back to Full Sail University. And so I get there, right? Mind you, I've moved out of my apartment. I've left my roommate. I told him it's done with. I called the office. I told him I'm out. They took me off. They were supposed to take me off the lease. They didn't. It's another story for another time. So I move in with my girlfriend. She was mad cool. I was pretty much like, can I stay here with you for a few more months? At least for the summer, and then I'll figure out what I gotta do. She said, yeah, I believe in you. And we lived together. That was my first time living with a woman, besides a family member. It was very interesting. It taught me a lot. I really grew in those months. And so basically, I'm living with her. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, where I gotta go. I type it up, I put it on Facebook. I graduated, I'm so happy. What's my next move? And in June, late June, I get a call from my best friend from high school's mother. She says, "Look, I got a friend who lives in LA, and her husband work this film company, and I think I spoke to them, and they'd love to have you as an intern." I'm like, wow, that hit my heart. She went out and found a job for me. I was like, an internship? Oh my God, this is exactly what I need. All right, cool. So then I call him up, it's like July 1st. I call him up, I'm like, yo, hey, such and such gave me your number, said you had an internship. They go, yeah, it's cool. Internships for college students. I'm like, well, I'm fresh out. And I'm like, but I can still work. Well, it's free. And I'm like, that's not even a problem. I'll come and I'll work. And so I was like, cool. And I was like, you know what? I'll show up August 3rd or 5th. I'll start. And they go, great. It's a great starting date. It gives us some time to get our stuff together and prepare for you. So I'm like, cool. So in the meantime, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna stay at my girl's house and enjoy life, enjoy the moment. And that's exactly what we did. And then the day came, August 1st. I'm like, all right, August 1st, I got all my stuff packed in my little car. I had a Chevy Malibu, which I bought in college, a black Chevy Malibu. If you know, you know. It's the best car ever. I packed all my stuff in it. And I was ready to leave. And I get a call from my homies. They go, yo, let's play a game of basketball. I go, of course, perfect timing. My girl's in the car, we pull up, and we start balling, you know what I mean? She's watching, I'm hitting all the shots, because I can't miss, you feel me? I got my girl in the stands, I can't miss. And so, we're playing the best game. I remember this moment because it's very important to me. We're playing the best game ever. My homies look towards my car and they go, yo, what's going on? You see everything's in there, it's packed up, what are you doing? And I'm like, yo, I'm moving to LA, to Los Angeles. And they're like, when? And I'm like, tonight, And it hit me. I was like, oh man, that's like really the first time I've said this out loud. Like I'm planning, I'm doing it, I'm taking action, but I never said it out loud. And it hit me. Boy, did it hit me. So we get back in the car, game's over with. I win, my team wins. We get back in the car, we drive over to her house. She's like, all right, so you leaving tonight? I could not drive that night. I was in tears. Just tears, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow, like life's about to start. And that's it. Next morning, I hop in the whip, I drive off. And for a moment, I'm on the highway, I'm thinking, yo, there's something that I left unsaid. There's something that I didn't do. I need to turn back around. So I turn back around, I pull up to my girlfriend's house, and I'm sitting there in the driveway. And I realized there was nothing left unsaid. That was just hesitation. So I'm like, now that I'm here, what do I do? There's nothing that I want to do, nothing that I want to say. So it's like, okay, do I just quit my dreams and stay here forever? No. I can't do that. Remember that story? Well, remember that moment I had with my mom? That came back to me. And I was like, I can't stay here. I gotta keep going. I gotta find out what I need to do, what I gotta do in this life. And so that's what I did. I hopped in the whip, took off to LA, 36-hour drive. It was difficult. You know what I mean? It was a long drive. But I found out they have these gas stations where you can take showers. So that was like the best. And about 6 hours before I got to LA, I hopped in, took a shower, I was clean, ready to go. Get to LA, I'm like confused, rustle and bustle, you feel me? I'm, oh my God, like, where do I go? And I get to my location, it's in North Hollywood, the valley. Alright, so I get there and I scout the location, and I go, park my car at like nice little street, and I'm taking a nap here. I don't know what this place looks like, but I'm exhausted. I wake up the next morning at about 7 a.m., fresh shower from 6 hours ago, and put all my clothes on, brush my teeth, water, spit it out. I go to the job, to the internship. I pull up, I'm the first person there, I'm waiting for them in my car. I'm like, damn, I'm scrambling. This is the first time I was cautious about sleeping in my car. I was like, do I want them to know that I'm sleeping in my car? Nah, let me get out. So I get out, and I'm waiting for them. They show up. They're like, wow, you're here on time. They showed me you early. It's cool. Come on in. They showed me the ropes. Everything's cool. So now I'm officially in Los Angeles. It's August 5th, 2015. Starting my internship, unpaid. Before we get into that, let's talk about where I'm living. In my car. You heard me say it earlier, but now I'll let you know I was living in my car. I was homeless.